Hey guys, and welcome to Jay's Nest. Today I want to talk about two different newborn diapers. Now there are so many newborn reviews that I wanted to get out. In October of 2018 my laptop broke, so I had to get a new one. So there are tons of reviews just sitting in that computer and I just don't have the money to access that stuff. Hello? Just tapping my back. So let me give you a little backstory on both of these diapers before I get into kind of reviewing and comparing them. A lot of this is opinion based, but I will start out with a review in the beginning just of the basic features of both of these diapers. At the end I'm going to compare them and why I like one more than the other. Sorry, you're gonna hear my kids running and screaming. I try to mask the background with some music, but sometimes people don't like the music. Sometimes the music doesn't mask it all, if you know what I mean. But mom life, I'm just a mom with a camera. Let me just give you some backstory on these diapers. I use them with Willow here. She's almost a year old, I can't believe it. She's gonna be a year old in June of 2019. So she was born at 6 pounds. She was also 18 inches long. She was my smallest baby. Now that's not just tiny, tiny, tiny. I've seen some people cloth diaper a 4-pound baby, a 5-pound baby. So there are smaller babies out there, but for me, she was just super short, super tiny. And so cloth diapering her in the beginning was a little difficult because I needed diapers that fit really well under her cord. I'm very paranoid about the cord, so I like diapers with this umbilical cord snap down. So there are a few diapers, both of these are one of them, that have this feature so it fits under the umbilical cord. So I really like that feature. It keeps the cord clean, it keeps the cord dry, and it lets the cord heal a little faster since there's airflow to it. So since she was that small, there were certain diapers in the newborn stash that did not fit under the cord or at birth, but both of these diapers did, and they're very similar in their design. So now let's jump into the design of these diapers. First, we're gonna start off with the Lil Joey. Now, I apologize, the snaps on this are really hard to see. This is one of our keepsake diapers, which is why I have it. My husband just loved this print, so it was my 4th baby's first diaper. So this is an all-in-one diaper. So when you open it up, everything is all in one diaper. You have a closure to snap it around your baby. You have this waterproof outer. And you also have an absorbent inner. The cool thing about the Lil Joey is it has this little inner gusset. It's supposed to help catch poop. It's supposed to help centralize the poop into this area so it doesn't spill out this leg elastic. But it also has these stitchings to help also keep pee here in the center of the diaper. All of this white fabric is a stay-dry material. And it's also made of microfiber. So typically on a diaper you'll see a snap-down rise where you can just snap it onto itself and it makes the diaper smaller for a smaller baby. This diaper does not have that, and neither does the Imagine. The rise setting is right here. So here's the bottom rise setting. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 snaps on this bottom row. And there's also 5 snaps on the top row. This bottom row is the bottom rise setting. So if you have a really small baby, like a 4-pound baby, your baby would be on that rise setting. That does leave all of this extra fabric here at the top. So this bottom row right here of all these snaps, this is what would fit a really tiny baby with tiny little legs. Now this middle snap right here is actually for the umbilical cord. So you would put that down for the umbilical cord. And honestly, if you had a really tiny baby, I would just put that down anyways to make the diaper seem a little smaller, because if not, this top part is just flappy all over the place and that just kind of looks really weird. So if you did have a 4-pound baby and you were using this, I would definitely snap that top part down. I know sometimes people are confused by the snaps. So this top row is the top rise setting. This would work well for a bigger baby or a baby with bigger thighs. Again, this middle snap is the umbilical cord snap. And you couldn't snap this onto it anyways. This is a male snap because it sticks outward. And then this snap would be a female snap because it goes inwards. The snaps on the tabs are male snaps, they stick out. And the top umbilical cord snap sticks out as well. So you would not be able to snap the tab onto the umbilical cord snap. So this top rise setting only has 2 snaps on each side. So unfortunately this diaper just won't fit for long because there's only 2 available snaps on each side. And same for the bottom row technically. There are only 2 snaps on each side, but this middle umbilical cord snap on the bottom row is actually a female snap, so you could snap it. So those are the features of a Lil Joey. Now let's take a look at the Imagine Bamboo All-in-One. This is the second version of this diaper. So the design is actually very similar as far as snap placements and just the whole aesthetic of how it looks. Actually, the snap placements are exactly the same. So everything I said about the Lil Joey snap placements are exactly the same. So these bottom row of snaps are the bottom rise setting. So if you have a really tiny baby, snap it in. It also has an umbilical cord snap down. Now the umbilical cord snap down for this one is slightly different than the Lil Joey because the male snap is on the bottom and the female snap is on the top. So these tabs wouldn't be able to snap here. Let's snap that down. So here's what it looks like when it's all snapped down. So the top row has these 2 snaps right here. But since the umbilical cord snap down is a female snap on the top, you could actually snap your tab onto that. Though if you did it that way, you wouldn't be able to use the umbilical cord snap down. So let's take a look at the inside of the diaper. So this diaper is actually made of bamboo. I really like this material. It's nice and sleek. And the whole entire inside of the diaper is bamboo. So there's absorbent material all along the diaper. So even the tabs here, all of this is absorbency. All of this shell of this diaper is absorbency. So it does have a flap, so this is much different than the Lil Joey. It has a flap of absorbency, and this flap of absorbency actually snaps into the diaper. That's where it snaps in. Now, here's a little tip of advice. If you are using the umbilical cord snap down, like this, I would suggest not snapping that in. Because if you snap it in with umbilical cord snap down, you're going to have an insert that's sticking out. That's exactly what it will look like on your baby. So I suggest keeping the flap loose. I actually never used the snap in. Keep the flap loose, maybe fold it a little bit like this, and then use it that way to try to keep the insert on the inside of the diaper, and that works pretty well. And that's what it will look like on your baby. This material right here is just the shell of the diaper. That will look like it's sticking out a little bit. So the inside of this shell actually has all of these snaps exposed. So all of the snaps that are on the front of the diaper are also exposed on the inside of the diaper. And the flap of this diaper actually helps decrease the dry time. So these dry pretty quickly because of the flap, since it's not all sewn into one piece. One thing about this diaper is it is extremely trim. Probably one of the thinnest and trimmest diapers I own. It's very pliable, it moves all over the place. But now let's get into a comparison of the Imagine and the Lil Joey. So here's the Lil Joey and the Imagine Bamboo All-in-One snapped down to the smallest setting. Now through the camera, the Imagine looks so huge compared to the Lil Joey. But these diapers, deceivingly, are extremely tiny. So first off, the Imagine is noticeably wider than the Lil Joey. I mean, even on screen, it just looks so much bigger than the Lil Joey. You'll see that it is a little wider than the Lil Joey in the crotch. If we line them up on this side, you'll see all that extra space the Imagine has. But if you look at the trimness, the Imagine Bamboo All-in-One is so trim compared to the Lil Joey. Like, ridiculously trim. This looks just huge and thick and bulky, but the Imagine is so thin and trim. And as we went through the comparison, I mean, the snap placements on these are pretty much exactly the same. They are exactly the same except for the umbilical cord snap down. This is a male snap, and then this is a female snap. And for this umbilical cord snap down, this is a female, this is a male. So that's really the only noticeable difference when it comes to the snap placements. So let's open these up. The Lil Joey was not going to stay still. It might not even stay open. So the Lil Joey naturally holds this C shape or U shape or whatever shape you want to call it. Now it's a hut. While this is just really floppy and pliable, and it has no shape at all. It'll shape in any way that you want it to shape. It's probably the floppiest diaper I've ever seen in my life. which is a good thing because you can get a really good fit with this. The other difference is that this has a stay dry material on the inside and microfiber underneath. This is not a stay dry material and it's made of bamboo. You know, the Lil Joey has this inner gusset right here, and it also has a seam right here to help direct the flow, the pee flow of your baby into this center area right here. They do that to help prevent leaks, but also there is absorbency here as well in the Lil Joey. And the same, I mean, this also has absorbency on the inside as well, and not just on the flap. I'm sweating in here. It's like really hot today. It's almost 90 degrees with 90% humidity, so excuse me if I'm sweating. I'm really hot. So now I'm going to give you my opinion. Now that we've seen the features of the diapers, we kind of compared the two, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. Now, I've used the Lil Joey on 3 of my children. I've used it on Hazel when she came home from the NICU. She was about 3 weeks old. I used it on Scarlett at birth, my 4th child. I did not cloth diaper my 2 older children. We also brought this to the hospital with Willow as well. Willow is my 5th child. Now, the Imagine Bamboo All-in-One is a diaper I've only tried on 1 of my children. I tried Imagine Microfiber with Scarlett. Hated it. Didn't like it at all. It was really bulky and just really wide in the crotch, so I did not like the Imagine Microfiber with her. So when I bought the Imagine Bamboo with Willow, I was a little nervous, but this diaper is just really trim, really floppy, and not stiff. It's very pliable. Let me just get to my opinion. I probably wouldn't buy any more of Lil Joey's ever again. Just ever again. Unless there was a print that I had to have, I probably wouldn't buy more. Now, if I had more babies, I would just use this because this is what I have. I've used it on 2 of my children already, and it's a keepsake diaper that I'll just keep forever. So, I mean, if I had more babies, I would use this, but I wouldn't necessarily buy more unless there was like a print I really loved. I would definitely do like a really good stash of these Bamboo All-in-Ones. Now, here are a few reasons why I don't love the Lil Joey. Lil Joey is made of microfiber. Not a fan of microfiber. I love that it's stay dry. This inner gusset, I mean, the idea is nice, but poop gets stuck in all of these crevices and it can be hard to wash. And here's why it's hard to wash. Because it holds this C shape. So if you throw it in the wash, it'll try to wash like this and you open it up and poop gets stuck. So what I found with the Lil Joey is that you turn it inside out, and for mine I have to really press to try to mold this microfiber to stay in place right here. But there was also, on this specific one, each Lil Joey is a little different. There was this cup here. Kind of see that? So I had to really like mold this diaper to look like that and then snap it in place. Take the tab and snap it on the diaper so I could wash it. But if this diaper has poop on it, you're not going to be doing this to it to make sure that it stays in this position so it can wash and get cleaned. But this is the only way that I found that I could wash it without having poop crusted on it completely. But even then, look at this. See if I can get this to focus real quick, guys. Poop will get stuck under there. So for me, this was a pain in the butt to wash. I love the fit of Lil Joey's. Hated washing them. Also, I dried them like this. I stuck them on my line like this, and then I snapped them onto it, so I didn't need to use any clips, and that worked pretty well. I have a video on line drying, and this is near the end of the video. And I'll link that video down below if you want to see what I'm talking about, because I show you how I do that. But I would just snap them on the line like this. So I'd lay them on the line, boop, and then snap them to secure it in place. I hope that makes sense. And also, these take forever to dry. So if you stick these in the dryer, for me, it took 2 full high heat dry cycles for this to dry. I hate drying any type of diapers with PUL on it with high heat, because diapers don't last forever. High heat can wear down your diapers. It's not gonna melt them. And if your dryer does melt your diapers, please get your dryer checked out. That is not normal. That could cause a dryer fire. So if your diapers ever melt in your dryer, please go get that checked, because that's not normal. But I just don't like using anything with PUL in a dryer on high heat. I just don't like that. And the bummer with both of these diapers, a huge con for me, is the snap placement. I would have liked to see just a actual rice setting, so this could fit a little longer, but it is what it is. It's made for smaller babies. We stopped using this at about 10 pounds. We actually stopped using this at about 11, 12 pounds. I don't think we used it up to 13 pounds, but right around that 11, 12 pound mark is when we stopped using this. Now, since this is made of microfiber, it's really not that absorbent. And actually, she was out peeing this maybe a week 2. There's a China cheapie knockoff of this. It's the THX. I think Happy Flute even has similar ones. Those are just shit. Willow was out peeing those at day 2 or 3. I would just never ever buy those ever again. So yeah, the Little Joey just, I love this diaper because it's a keepsake diaper, but I wouldn't go buy a whole stash of Little Joeys anymore. Now the Imagine Bamboo All-in-One, love this diaper. It is so trim. Even though it's wide right here, when you fit a cloth diaper on your baby, you want to make sure it's in their bikini area. Now a lot of times people will just let the diaper sit on top of their thigh, but when I would put this on Willow, I would pinch it like this and then snap it around her. And this diaper is so pliable that it took that, it handled that. And that worked really well. I felt like it actually created kind of a pocket on the inside of the diaper that actually directed the pee into this area, which was really nice. And plus, she's a front wetter. I know people say girls are like center wetters or back wetters. My girls have never been back wetters. They've always been front wetters. So when I fold the flap in the front, I got all of that extra absorbency where I needed it. And when I pinched it, it just created so many layers of absorbency there. And the snap placement of this is exactly like the Little Joey. I actually found that this looked and fit a little better than the Little Joey, because the one that I specifically have, this doesn't go for all Little Joeys, but the one that I specifically have, this microfiber piece sticks out the top like that, and it would actually touch the cord. Now, not all Little Joeys do that. I've had other Little Joeys in my stash. I've seen other videos of Little Joeys and the way they fit, and some people don't even have that problem with this. I don't know why mine is like this, but it is. It's stuck up. And since she was so short, she had a short torso, this actually touched the bottom of her umbilical cord. And I just don't like anything touching the umbilical cord. So this fit so far underneath the umbilical cord. I was truly impressed with that. I mean, it goes down so far. Very trim. It looks a little weird. And the thing I don't like about either of them when you snap them down is that this absorbent part sticks up a little bit. So maybe if they're wearing clothes, they might get pee on them, maybe. I didn't have that problem. The Willow sweat so bad, a lot of times we just kept her swaddled in a blanket and naked. I had her in the midst of summer and it's just so humid here. But that could be a problem with both of them, is that this absorbent part, if it's touching clothes and they pee enough, it might actually leak through. So to me, that's a con for both of these diapers. I really like that this diaper is a natural fiber. It's made of bamboo. So naturally, it's just more absorbent than the microfiber. It also has a flap, so it dries easier. Because like I said, this could take 2 dry cycles on hot. You try to hang dry this outside, that'd take like 2 or 3 days. I mean, just the dry time on this is just ridiculous. I don't like that. But this dries really, really fast. You can even hang dry it outside. And this material, I wouldn't say it's soft, but it kind of has this almost silky feel to it. I don't know if you can tell that it's like shiny. I don't think this camera's picking it up, but it's kind of shiny. The material is kind of shiny. It's made of the same material as their fitted and also their one size all-in-one. It's a really, really, really nice bamboo material. Over time, I could definitely see that this would get rough. It kind of has loops like a towel. It's made of a terry material, like a bamboo terry. This is like a silky bamboo terry. I haven't really seen something like this before. But I feel like if you use this a lot and dried it in the dryer on high heat, then this is something that could probably get rough over time. So that would kind of be a con for me as well. You know, over time this could probably get a little rough. And for both of these diapers, the con is that they're just really small, so your baby is not going to stay in these for really long. And if you have a big baby, don't even bother with these, because these diapers just don't fit that long. If you have like a 10-pound baby, 11-pound baby, I would not even bother with these. There are a few newborn all-in-ones that I just absolutely loved with Willow, and I'll make that into a separate video eventually. But as far as small babies go, this was one of my favorites. This was so cord friendly, great for tiny little babies, especially like Willow was a 6-pound baby. I think it would be great for a 5-pound baby as well, a 7-pound baby, an 8-pound baby, a 9-pound baby. But they were probably not great for a 10+ pound baby. And again, it's hard to tell how much your baby's going to weigh before they're born. With my 3rd child, we had an ultrasound the day before we had her, and she was estimated to be 9.1 pounds, and she was like 7'10" or 7'11". I don't remember. And I know that's bad, but her birth was really traumatic. She was born through an emergency C-section. She aspirated meconium into her lungs. She was dying. She came out not breathing. It was just a horrible, I don't even know what time she was born. That was just extremely traumatic. But if I had to choose between a newborn diaper that I wanted straight from birth underneath the cord, I would not choose the Lil Joey. You know, I've always liked the Lil Joey, but after using the Imagine Bamboo Newborn All-in-One, I would definitely choose this. And this is cheaper. I think this costs $12 maybe in United States currency. This costs, I think it's about $12. I think it's $11.95 if I'm not mistaken. They usually go on sale, so you can get it for maybe $10 or $11. Find them on swaps regularly for about $7 to $8, which is a great price for these. These retail for about $15 each. You can get a 2-pack for about 30 bucks. So not only is this trimmer more absorbent, natural fiber, dries faster, fits the same, it's also cheaper. So for me, it's kind of a no-brainer that I would choose this diaper over this diaper, though Romperoo's has some really cute prints. But I know some of you guys have watched my newborn reviews, and I haven't done one in a long time. I had one that was like an hour long of the first week of cloth diapering, what I liked, what I didn't like. And after using these for a month, I just wouldn't bother with the Lil Joey anymore. I'd go with the Imagine Newborn Bamboo All-in-One, the 2.0. Because maybe in the future they'll release a 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. I don't know. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.